Might be a Titan. Probably Eren's Titan. Yup.
You think?
It's a devil!
That looks exactly like when Eren Kruger did it. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's React. I'm Kenny and this is Montana.
And today we're going to be reacting to Season 4, Episode 9 of Attack on Titan, Brave Volunteers.
We finally got to the point where Montana and I are now both watching this for the first time. I'm inclined to ask you how you feel, but how are we feeling going into this episode?
I'm very excited. I'm kind of nervous to see the fallout of the whole airship situation.
Yeah, because
that was bad.
Yeah, we just saw Sasha sadly pass away.
Yeah.
Gabby was the one who shot her, and then Zeke is all of a sudden been revealed to be like a double agent. How long has Zeke been a double agent?
How is that going to impact literally everything we know so far?
Absolutely. You know? Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below if you've been enjoying this series. We release episodes every Thursday and Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, check out the Patreon linked in the description below if you want to see episodes early, including a few episodes after this one. They will be listed here. We may also be releasing our reactions to a few new anime, including Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Death Note, and Demon Slayer. Those are the three that we're really considering, so comment on the post below, not in this live chat that is happening next to the video, which series you want to see next, and we will be using those comments as sort of a voting system, so any vote is much appreciated. All right, I think that's about it. Are we excited for Season 4, Episode 9 of Attack on Titan?
Absolutely.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.
Dunderheads, this video was brought to you by the incredible members of the Let's React Patreon. If you want access to a ton of exclusive perks, check out the link in the description below. Have a good day, Twinkle Toes!
Brave Volunteers.
What are they volunteering for?
Exactly.
A mission, probably.
My thinking is, could it potentially be the people that they rescued from the ships? Okay.
I realize that you probably wouldn't know what to say to this, but I want you to hear it. I guess
The
I
shell?
should
The
start
shell.
3 years ago. Back when we still could have changed something.
Who is he talking to?
I don't know, but we're going back in time, I guess.
Yep, the ships.
No
We're
word
gonna
from the advance
explain what was
party.
happening.
It's been 2 hours. Then have teams 2 and 3 prepare to land as well. Yes, sir! These damned island devils managed to defeat our warrior
There's
unit.
the person.
We need to find out what they're doing now and relay it back to Marley.
Oh boy.
Underwater?
Yeah. Might be a Titan. Probably Eren's Titan. Yup.
You think?
It's a devil!
That looks exactly like when Eren Kruger did it. She's just picking up the ship.
Yeah. What's the plan now?
Yeah. Taking it with them.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen of Marley!
Yep, see, they're taking them.
Paradis Island! Nice to meet you, I'm Hanji, and it's an honor to welcome guests who've sailed from oh so far across the sea to come here. The trip must have left you exhausted, so why not join us for some tea? Oh, I almost forgot. If you were curious about this guest of ours, he arrived just before you and we're already getting along splendidly. Isn't that right? Tell them, Niccolo.
Oh.
Please, Captain! Forget about me and gun these devils down while you can!
Huh? What are you saying, Niccolo?
I'm loving seeing Hanji back in
He
action.
doesn't want to be part of your shitty skits.
Know this, you wretched devils! Marley doesn't negotiate with filthy bloods like you! And we're certainly not gonna sit down with you and drink the pig piss you call tea!
Huh? Oh, you sure about that? Maybe you should be more polite, unless you want to piss off the Titan looming behind you.
Oh my god, that's terrifying.
It's very scary.
Marley will never bend to the power of devils!
Dead.
This is all she has to say to you!
Oh. So we got the shot off? It's not ideal. Oh, Sasha did.
Okay.
Oh, maybe it was one of the...
Put your hands
Yeah.
up, Yana!
Lay down your weapons.
What are you? Do as she says.
Oh.
Wait.
These are the
Hanji,
people that helped them.
I'd like to accept your
Okay.
invitation. Let's have some tea.
Okay, so this is the person that trapped the cart
How
and
I've longed to
the
meet you,
Jaw Titan.
Eren.
Okay, hold on. You know what? There are probably, I can't believe I didn't think about this before. There are Eldians within Marley that probably heard about what Eren was doing and were like, yeah, take down the Marley government. I'm tired of being oppressed. Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. I mean, they have nothing to lose and everything to gain. So
absolutely. But so a bit of a mutiny going on. And this is how we got, I don't know their names yet.
All of our new character
recruits,
friends.
Yeah. Season 4, Episode 9, Brave Volunteers. God, I love blind reacting to this with you.
Shot and killed her captain without a second thought. What do you think she's hoping to do?
Can't say. But even if she's on our side, we obviously can't trust her.
No napping, Sasha.
Yeah, but this is still an incredible
the old
chance for us to
design.
gather information. We're really lucky we found them.
You're right. We've been lucky. We managed to intercept that ship by pure chance. If Marley comes to this island in force, we're finished. We've got to do something.
So they've set up camp right outside the seawall. Oh, yikes. Can we not?
Oh, I see now. So that's why your guns can shoot so many bullets.
Back in Marley,
It's all
those
new.
weapons are standard issue.
That's a Mauser, by the way.
A
The
Mauser.
Marleyan army is comprised
The haircut
of
or
50
the gun?
divisions.
The gun.
Okay.
That's just the most you question. Yes, that haircut is what I'm referring to.
It's called a Mauser. It's like the double bowl cut bang situation.
What's something that has 2 bowls?
I immediately thought bong, but no.
I thought dog feeding station.
That's a good one.
The dog food cut.
The Marleyan army is comprised of 50
God,
divisions.
Levi looks good.
Each
Yes.
made up of 20,000 troops. That comes out to 1 million soldiers in total.
Wow.
Then there's the Marleyan navy. It's divided into 3 fleets with 21 battleships each. Marley's been developing new weapons, too.
Did they
They're
plan
making
to rebel?
strides in the field of aerial warfare.
Aerial?
Keep it together, or they'll think we're weak.
I know that.
In other words, they're making flying ships, which can circumvent walls by attacking from the sky.
They'll attack from the sky!
Angie,
If Marley
Love
truly
Hanji's
has the kind of
eye patch
military
glasses
capabilities you just
situation.
described to us, why haven't they sent an invasion force in the past year? Tell me.
That's a
There
good
are 2
question.
primary reasons. The first is the pure Titans Marley released here. They pose a serious threat to a landing force, even if that force is armed with the latest weaponry.
So they don't know that they're all gone.
They were
Yeah.
originally taken here to keep you Eldians confined within your walls. But in more recent times, they've served as Eldia's first line of defense.
you don't say. Well, isn't that funny?
It'll be morning shortly, and day is when Titans become active. Which tells me that if we're still here, sipping tea in the wilderness beyond the walls, you must
They're
have killed
gone.
all the pure Titans.
Oh, and they don't know that.
No, yeah, exactly.
The second they learn
Is
that,
my
they'll
assessment
invade.
correct?
And what if it is? You gonna take that intel back to Marley?
Never. It's amazing. I am in awe.
So what's the second reason?
Marley is occupied. It's at war with an alliance of several nations. It can't be bothered to deal with Paradis now. You defeated the warrior unit, the Pride of Marley, and in doing so, you stripped Marley of 2 of its best weapons, the Colossal and Female Titans. Marley is a nation with many enemies. Once they saw that you'd left it in a weakened state, they quickly joined as one and declared war.
I'm guessing that your group infiltrated the Marleyan army because you have some sort of grudge against it. Are you undercover agents from some of the nations that Marley's conquered? Oh, so I'm right. If you're willing to go up
smart.
against Marley, then you must be working with some seriously powerful backers.
And they want them with the Alliance because they
Sorry to
have more
disappoint,
Titans
but
at this point.
We're not agents or anything of the sort.
It might just be
We're
Eldians.
utterly powerless. Marley
Well,
took our homes.
I don't know if they're
and
Eldians.
conscripted us into its army.
Yeah.
The hope that we could eventually strike back faded more every day. That is, until we met him. People feared that Titan the world over.
Beast.
They called him a devil. But to me, he looked like something else entirely. A god. One that gave hope to the powerless.
Oh, wow. This is a whole new perspective.
Our mutiny was carried out at the express command of Zeke Yeager. We're the anti-Marleyan volunteers.
Oh, Zeke.
Okay, those
And
are the
our goal
volunteers.
is to free the Eldian people.
Yeah, Levi's not going to buy that for
So
one
that
second.
concludes Zeke Yeager's requests. He claims that he can save the Eldian people, whose existence is currently under threat.
Absurd! We shouldn't even be listening to this.
We're talking about the Beast Titan here. He turned the people of Ragakon into Titans and spread terror within the walls.
I mean,
He hunted the
Falco's gonna
scouts to
think
near
that.
extinction.
Sorry, Flock.
Now he has the gall to come to us with requests?
Zeke Yeager's one and only goal is to steal the founding Titan from this island. He failed to by force, so now he's trying to obtain it through diplomatic means.
Yes, he should know that we'll assume that.
Oh,
Regardless,
Pixis.
I would still like to hear what else he has to say.
How do you
Zeke Yeager
justify all the
claims
rock
to have an
throwing?
What could be Zeke's angle?
I feel like something had to have happened in between the attack where we lost Erwin to now, because otherwise I can't think of any reason that would justify that like mass slaughter of everyone with the like rock throwing and how casual that was. Even in a situation where it was like, okay, I had to do this like to prove my support or alliance or whatever, he was so nonchalant that I feel like something had to change.
Okay, there's one nugget of information that changes my opinion on that one thing. There is a part at the beginning of Hero where Zeke literally crushes a rock into dust because he's so mad about the fact that King Rice stole their memories. Let's assume he actually wanted to free Eldia at that point.
Yeah.
Maybe his thinking was that these people are already suffering so badly in this reality that it would be better for them to literally be dead. That's my only thinking on that, but that's even a weak reason.
See, and so I agree that that's a possibility, but that doesn't explain how casually he killed them. It would still really deeply impact you to have to do that, you know?
It would, unless you've had a grand plan for as long as Zeke potentially has had it.
But still, like objectively speaking, if you find an animal that's in like a really horrible situation and them being put down as the best case scenario for them, even if you don't know that animal like personally and have a relationship with them, that's still going to hurt. And it's not going to be something you joke about of like, oh, let me like practice my pitching. Like that's fucked up.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't do that if you genuinely had like a bigger idea.
The conversation that really interests me now is where Zeke talked to Eren, was like, your dad brainwashed you, like just like me, like I'll come back and save you is what he said. That makes me think he had a plan. You know what I mean?
Okay, but then a shift had to occur at some point because I don't think that he as a child turning in his parents was part of this like grand plan that he hatched as a 6-year-old.
I think he was.
For real?
Yes. I think the only path he saw forward was gaining the trust of the Marley government by turning in his parents. Because he thought, if I'm their only hope, I don't need them. I need to be as convincing as possible.
Huh. Okay.
That's okay. Let's keep watching.
Yeah.
But fascinating, right?
Yes, he should know that we'll assume that. Regardless, I would still like to hear what else he has to say.
Zeke Yeager claims to have an actionable plan that can solve all our people's problems at once. And to carry this plan out, we would need 2 key assets. The founding Titan and a Titan possessing royal blood. He says that with both, the world can be saved.
Is that Eren?
However,
Yeah.
he will only reveal the details of his plan after his conditions have been met.
He's full of shit.
What
kind of feckless idiots does he take us for?
Eren? Zeke is telling the truth. I remember. The Founder's power has always been completely impossible for me to use. The only exception was when I touched a Titan with royal blood.
Yeah.
I recognized that Titan from a picture. It had to be my dad's first wife, Dinah Fritz. Zeke is Dinah's son. He must have figured it out too. How to get around the king's vow renouncing war.
Yep.
How to activate the only hope that still remains to us Eldians. He knows how to wake the millions of Titans sleeping in the walls. How to start the rumbling and crush the world.
Ooh.
Hey, why did you keep quiet about this for so long?
Because I was concerned for Historia's safety.
That's
fair. At the time, I
Yeah.
wasn't sure. And I couldn't let her get turned into a Titan based on some hunch of mine. It wasn't a well-thought-out decision. I see that.
We'll talk about it later.
What changed
However,
in Eren from
if
this
everything that
point
you're
to what
saying
he
is
did?
true, then Zeke's secret plan holds up.
You trust them? Have you lost your mind, Hanji?
Fact is, we can't risk letting these Malian soldiers roam the island freely.
If we were smart, we'd hang them.
No, that's not an option. If we want to protect Paradis from Marley's survey ships, we need the volunteers' help.
Yeah.
They have something called a radio.
They're gonna lure them in.
We read you. What's your situation?
Thank goodness. Our ship ran aground.
We've been waiting so long for him.
She seems devious.
We're coming.
Yeah.
In the cove, huh? Our numbers? Don't worry. We're sending 2 survey ships your way.
Hey! You all right? We're coming to pick you
Here
up!
comes Eren again. Yeah.
Or
that's Armin.
It's the Colossal Titan!
Can you imagine just seeing that happen?
Absolutely not.
It's the enemy! Hurry! Jump up! Swim for the coast!
Now they're gonna take their ships.
Oh.
Welcome to our defiled island of filth-blooded devils. You're gonna love it here. As long as you like drinking pig piss. Feel free to turn us down. But if you don't want to come ashore, you'll need to swim back home.
It was fun.
Armin's
back
Colossal.
then. We knew that as Eldians, we were feared and hated by the
Who
rest
is
of the
Armin
world.
talking to?
By people on the other side of the sea, whose faces we had never even seen. But not everyone across the sea was an enemy. That fact gave us comfort. And we finally got to learn about the outside world in all its complexities and
Oh
mysteries.
yeah, they had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, why is your skin so dark, Onyon Capone?
Onya.
Because our creator thought that things would be more interesting if the world were occupied by many kinds of people. I'd say that applies to you subjects of Ymir as well. We exist because we were wanted.
So they've never encountered any other race.
By the one who gave power to your founder Ymir. It was God.
Christianity
Well, that's what
exists,
some people believe.
Some religion.
We're all free to think as we like, right?
So, wow. Okay, so I just want to say, I think that man's name is Onya. I think that was what it was said. So they're learning all about the outside world.
It's interesting that they're choosing to do the like big reveal and then backtrack to see how we got to the big reveal again.
Big Attack on
So
Titan
cool.
vibes all the time. I love it. Question I have is, first of all, they found out about this plan 3 years before they even encountered Zeke in person.
Yeah.
So what happened in between then? Also, why did Eren all of a sudden go off on his own? Like, if he had the regard to not even list his plan or what he knew because of Historia, how is he going to so carelessly leave? Like,
Yeah.
what? My only thinking is that in this time he tries to propose a plan and they all reject it and then he just does it anyway. But even then, and the other detail, and this may be inconsequential, let me know what you think. Eren said, I saw from a photo that that Titan looked like the person who married Grisha. He actually saw that in the memories. I don't think he's telling them that he has the Attack Titan powers, like that he's seeing in the future.
Okay.
Because they said, why have you been keeping it secret? And even when he revealed it, he said it was in a photo, not that he actually relived the memories.
Right. And we know that that isn't true.
Yeah, and back when they first discovered it, it was blamed on him going through puberty, I think. So he's not revealing all of his cards. It's interesting.
What the hell is this food?
Is it even edible?
Smells pretty fishy. Have you never had seafood before?
Huh.
Nicolo's a master when it comes to Marleyan cuisine.
Don't jerks. If you don't like how it looks, then don't eat it. Like I care what aliens think.
Wait, I do have a question.
Oh, Sasha's gonna be a fan.
Of course. This is so tragic seeing Sasha.
Yeah, no, literally.
That was mean of them to do. I'm having trouble with the fact that everyone who was in the water being held at gunpoint, they were like, you can either come join us or not. Those people are not on their side. So the people who were like the volunteers were completely on the side of like the Paradis people. But the majority of them are probably actively working against them. So what are they doing? I feel like they add very little. I mean, other than like the cooking ability. I mean, there's a possibility that we learn more. But I feel like everything that they would add is already added by the volunteers who we know for sure are on the side of the Paradis people.
What would be your proposition then?
You kill them.
See, I would be inclined to say the same thing, but you're just repeating the cycle.
Except not, because these people were coming to hurt them. It's self-defense.
That's what they've said every single time anything has happened.
All right.
I think that they're going to be like, we're good people. We are not like you. We're not going to go kill you for no reason.
Okay.
Like, I think that it's a morality thing. Personally, I'm glad they didn't just execute them.
No, that's
like, there were
true.
people in that room that were like, just hang them. No, that is exactly hanging and turning somebody into a Titan because they were a rebel. I mean, they're definitely different levels of evilness, but like, they gotta be better.
I thought they were specifically referring to like Zeke's group of the people who specifically said like, we are double agents, we're undercover, we want to help you, versus the people where they were like, you can either swim home or work with us. Like that kind of ultimatum, I feel like doesn't give you the best teamwork opportunities, you know?
Yeah, I
like they're
think
gonna
that
resent
they're probably
the
on a
hell out of them.
I think they're on a very short leash, if I would assume.
Okay,
but
yeah. I just don't know what they gain by that.
I don't care what aliens think.
Oh my God.
Slow down!
No fair, Sasha!
None of them know if they have seafood allergies.
Hey, stop eating like some kind of pig!
I've never tasted anything like this.
Aww. And
There's
he's
plenty,
blushing.
so take your time.
It's like a huge compliment.
Yeah, and winning them over. See?
Okay.
This is what they're doing. I think they're going to try to
We should be
convince them.
finished building the port soon.
Ah.
Progress has been fast since those Marleyan engineers decided to help out.
I'm kind of surprised they agreed to.
It took time. At first, we were too suspicious to cooperate in anything. But as we gradually set aside the labels we have for one another and work to see each other as people, we can reach an understanding.
Thank you. This is what I was talking like.
All right.
Yeah,
Armin,
reform.
have you
And
seen
he's
any
not
of
about it.
Bertolt's memories?
Yeah. But I didn't notice anything that seemed helpful.
We're short on time. Zeke has less than 3 years to live.
Yeah. But about that, do you really think it's okay for us to just go along with Yelena's plan?
What's the problem?
I just wonder if we really have to threaten the world with the rumbling to protect the Eldian people.
Yeah, Armin's not going to be about
everyone
that.
to live in fear of us, acting like the devils they think we are. Before it comes to that, why don't we just talk to them? If we fix the world's misconceptions about us, threats won't be needed.
Come again? What misconceptions do they have?
You know how they think we're scary monsters.
They think that because we can transform into man-eating titans. That's no misconception.
But
Eren's
still,
more about
there
the
are some
warpath.
Marleyans who like us.
How many? Most of the Marleyans we caught are still glaring at us from their prison cells.
Yeah.
That's true for now, but given enough time.
Yeah. We just need time.
They don't have time.
That's right. And to buy ourselves that time, we need to show the world our strength.
Which, yep, and that's why he went to Marley. Oh. And now we're back in the hell.
That we made the right choice back then. I can't help but wonder.
He's in a
there
dark
was some other
place.
path we could have taken if we
Like a
just seen
prison, maybe?
That's what I was thinking.
I used to think that I understood Eren better than anyone, even Mikasa. But I don't know anymore.
Hmm. Yeah, so they kind of little division happening in our trio.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's Sasha's
Hey!
definitely.
Aren't you a Marleyan? What the hell are you doing? This graveyard is full of people your kind killed. You have no right to come
stop! Let us take care of this guy.
here.
I'm sorry, but please.
Marleyans can go to hell.
Hey, Niccolo.
You okay?
No. Why, damn it? Is it true that Sasha was killed?
And he cares.
So it is. Then why? What the hell were you guys doing?
Oh, and he doesn't know.
Oh.
Shot by a kid who snuck onto the airship? It's too ridiculous to be true.
What are they doing with
It wasn't
Gabby
an
now?
ordinary
She
kid.
ate his food.
The girl had
Yeah.
been trained.
Sounds like a warrior candidate.
Should have kept my guard up. I'm sorry.
Why apologize to me? All I did was cook her a meal or two.
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you for every tasty meal you made for her, Niccolo.
How are you taking it, Connie?
Sasha and I were like twins.
Oh.
So it feels like half of me is just gone.
It's her family.
Y'all were friends with my daughter, Sasha.
Oh, no.
Pardon. I'm just a captive Marleyan, but I have permission to work as a chef. Your daughter loved my cooking more than anyone else ever will, I think. So, if you ever want to, please come and let me cook you something.
And this will be on the house, right?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that was really sad. Oh, and
How
Zeke.
interesting. They're
gonna
calling it a
hate
victory.
him.
Ignorance is scary.
As they
but
should.
Delusion's even worse.
I'm going to kill you and ship your corpse back to Marley with a note about your little plot. Should spell the end for your grandparents. That said, if this secret plan of yours isn't bullshit, I can wait and chop you up once it's finished. I don't care much either way.
Well, I appreciate your willingness to accommodate. But hey, I do get to meet Eren soon, don't I?
There's no need to rush.
He's probably...
We've prepared a nice little place for you to stay here.
Okay.
A beautiful hotel that you can relax at.
So, could I ask
know about
you
that.
to stop glaring?
This is all the Titan transformation serum we were able to steal from Marley.
Okay.
Sorry, but it's hard to reproduce.
It's fine for our purposes.
How have they
This
been
should
getting...
be plenty.
Okay, sorry. First of all, how are they going to use it? Second of all, whose spinal fluid is it?
Titans, right?
But who? Is it Zeke? Like, have they been... No, because that's royal blood. But, like, who?
Could they transform some of the Eldians who are living in Marley and then, like, God, this is kind of morbid, but, like, you know how they take maple syrup from trees? That, but
Yeah,
with a
but
neck.
I don't... I feel like the
that.
pure Titans are basically bags of air. Like, they kind of don't have organs or anything. So I figured that, like, Shifter would maybe have that. I don't know.
Okay, counterpoint. They do reside in the nape, whatever the fuck that means.
Yeah.
So there's stuff in the nape that's important to keeping them alive. They could just be harvesting that.
That's true. And it said they did say it was difficult to reproduce. So potentially there is a way to synthesize it, but it's just hard.
Sorry, but it's hard to reproduce.
It's fine for our purposes. This should be plenty. I just wish that we were in a position to return your kindness. We owe you so much already. You turned our ignorance into hope and got nothing in return. For us to doubt the people who saved us, we truly are no better than devils.
It is my opinion that we've proven ourselves to be your loyal friends over these past 3 years. This is a shame. The weapons that we offered you as gifts were intended to bring freedom to the Eldian people.
No.
Sorry, why is this
I know that
happening?
this is a selfish request, but would you please overlook our weakness for a time? We're going to great lengths to keep Zeke on a tight leash.
It's fine, Commander. I understand. The day will soon come when we sit at the same table once again.
I think it's because they just went to war with Marley.
This is my hotel?
What better lodging
Let's
could
go to
there
Redwoods.
be?
Oh.
It's a giant forest. Difficult to move through and devoid of boulders.
Looks like a fun spot for using ODM gear, too. Hey, quick question. This natural wonder, would you mind letting me show it to Gabi and Falco?
Whether they get to see the sights or not depends on you.
Yeah, what are they going to do with them?
Yeah, because they're kids.
Oh, Gabby's not going to be...
I'll kill you.
Oh, boy.
Eren Yeager. Eren was ready to do it alone, whether we helped him or abandoned him. The outcome would have been awful either way.
What prisoner could he be
But
talking
now,
to?
we've killed a huge
Maybe
number
Eren
of
in
people.
prison.
Ah.
Sailors, soldiers, civilians. The devastation we spread was indiscriminate.
He has referred to Eren, though.
That's true.
If we had left that port intact, then Marley would have launched an immediate counterattack against our
that's
island.
why... Okay.
We've abandoned all hope for peace.
So they have no way across the sea right now.
We didn't have a choice.
They took out all their fleet.
Than the three of you did.
Annie!
Oh!
Right.
Oh!
Annie. Say something. Please.
Too bad we don't have the Jaw Titan.
Yeah.
Kill or be killed.
Eren has Warhammer powers. Maybe, I don't know.
For your life.
That would make sense.
That's what Eren used to
Like
say.
the only thing that can cut diamonds is diamonds.
Yeah. What is he doing? Probably getting a haircut after all that.
To fight.
Yep.
So fight. Just fight.
Oh, sorry, he's a man bun now.
Yeah, and he's
okay.
looking good,
Yeah.
gotta say. But that's where we're left for this episode.
All right.
All right.
Hanji, is there anything you actually can do?
Oh my God.
If you know something I don't, then let's hear it! If you've got something up your sleeve, then tell me what it is!
Wow, that was a really
Kind of
informative
establishing
episode.
what
Yeah.
we're dealing with now. That's cool.
That also felt like the first episode that was like from the perspective of the main people again.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a
So
while.
first thoughts before we jump into a discussion.
I mean, this show is just so good.
It's so good.
I need to know more about Zeke. I feel like I can't really do anything without knowing so much more about Zeke.
What is his plan?
And they're just letting him free in the forest, I guess?
think they probably have some sort of room for him in the forest. You know what I'm assuming? I'm assuming Levi's going to be on him at all times.
Lucky.
Down tremendous. I mean, there's just so much to unpack. But,
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I'm also really excited to see what happens next.
Yeah.
But make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below if you're excited for our next episode. That is episode 10 of season 4. That'll be coming this Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can't wait and want to watch that episode along with a few episodes after it now, check out the Patreon linked in the description below where these episodes are already posted. We have a lot to discuss, but before we do that, where are we headed?
All right, let's go to the episode verdict.
Thank you for watching that episode. For now, we're going to go to questions given to us by our Patreon members. If you want to ask us questions and see episodes early and have creative input on the channel in several facets, check out the Patreon linked in the description below. For now, let's go to question 1. This is from Carson James. Shout out to Carson James. He has a TikTok and says that we were the ones that actually inspired him to start his TikTok.
No way.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
And he makes
Love
fantastic stuff, so go check him out on TikTok. Question 1. How do you feel about the treatment of the captive Marleyan? Do you think they should be welcomed with open arms or restrained? Do you, at this point, trust them?
Super good question. I think the answer for this is different for the Marleyans who came as undercover people and the Marleyans who came and were like, okay, I'm going to come with you so I don't die. You know, like the amount that you should trust both of those people is different. I think the fact that they're a little bit unsure of their intentions is completely valid.
That's healthy skepticism.
Exactly. Like that, like you can't.
They've been oppressing your people for years.
It would be stupid not to have at least a bit of skepticism. I do think it's inhibiting their teamwork and kind of their ability to collaborate. I think if you could like 20/20 hindsight the situation and say, okay, 3 years down the road, we know for sure that these people are good and are on our side. So now that we're in this situation, we're going to completely welcome them. I think that would have ended up being better for them, but it's just not logical or feasible for them.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I don't think that they should have been welcomed with open arms by any means, but I think that, I mean, after 3 years having them at gunpoint, like that's what they did at the end.
Yeah.
Like, and also 2 of those people, or maybe more, I'm not sure, helped in the invasion against Marley. Like literally were instrumental in that. So I don't understand holding them at gunpoint, except for the fact that they're now at war. Let's go to question 2.
All right, Ashton asks, during the firing range scene, Eren brings up an interesting point that no amount of reasoning could get the world to see Eldians as a non-threat and their only way of survival is holding the rumbling over everyone's head to thwart off enemies. Do you agree with this sentiment and that they should give up on trying to fix their image, or is Armin's idea of potential peace a better route?
The thing that Eren has that they don't is the exact image of what they were doing to his dad and all of the Patriots.
Yeah.
Like, he knows just how evil they are, whereas everybody else, like, kind of has heard it. Eren has literally lived it. So I think that he thinks that there's no way that can ever happen, whereas somebody who's only heard about it can objectively think that it could possibly be fixed. I think that from Armin's perspective first, there is a level of reform that can happen, but it's only in this fixed environment where you have people come and they don't have weapons,
Yeah.
and you can talk to them. Marley aliens aren't going to let them anywhere near them. And I think, like, Marley's going to war with other countries. Like, I think holding the rumbling is the equivalent of Marley holding all of their Titan shifters. And, like, sorry, not even the equivalent. I think it's a better version of it being like, hey, this is what we have to defend ourselves. Eren didn't even say trigger the rumbling. He said hold it over their heads as a possibility. I think that's just simply saying, hey, we have this contingency. It's almost like nuclear warfare, where you're like, we have nukes, but we want to talk. We have the means to do something. I feel like it's almost a bargaining chip. So if Eren is truly saying we need to figure out how to do it just in case, that I understand. But saying like we need to trigger it, that would be genocide against the world, like reverse genocide, because it's everybody but you.
Yeah.
And I think that is wrong. So I think it's a mixture of the two beliefs, but ultimately it really is going to depend on whether Marley comes and invades, because they don't have a navy, but they do have their airships.
Yeah, I think the most important thing that came out of that conversation was Eren's assertion that they think we're devils, and according to them, we are. Because the idea of we're not actually bad and we're going to show them that, that's all well and good, but the reason that they're hated and thought to be so dangerous is that they have the ability to turn into Titans.
Yeah.
And that is never going to change.
That's true.
So there's no amount of being nice to someone and proving that, like, despite my ability to turn into a Titan, I'm actually a good person. No one cares.
Yeah.
That doesn't make a difference whatsoever. And he said, okay, according to them, we are devils. So let's stop trying to change their mind.
I mean, this is all well and good, but Eren's already attacked. That's the other thing. Like, that's all
it's kind
trash.
of a moot
like,
point.
You can't do anything. I forget that.
Yeah.
God, this show's amazing.
Yeah.
But anyway, should we go to our last question?
Yeah.
All right, final question. Jenna the Bread Queen asks, what do you think of how Yelena feels about Zeke? The fact that she literally saw the Beast Titan was like, that's a god here to bring peace. Like, what do you think? Really, what do you think of the volunteers' sort of perspective and stuff like that?
I think they potentially have like the biggest picture of everyone involved, because they have more like what is the finger in every pot, that thing, of anyone in this situation. So I think they kind of have the widest perspective, which makes me think that their interpretation is probably the most correct for someone existing in that situation. I feel like looking at someone who's done what Zeke has done, they have to know something that we don't. And like, given the show, they obviously do. But I think the reason that Zeke has been able to do all of these horrible things and still be fighting for Paradis is probably the reason that Yelena and all of the volunteers think that Zeke is a god.
Interesting. I don't know if everyone thinks Zeke is a god.
Okay, Yelena specifically.
I think that the rest of them are kind of like following, but Yelena kind of spurred the effort by being like, I think he's a god. Which there's been only one other character to refer to Titans as gods. Do you remember who it is?
No.
Rod Rice.
Okay.
So that doesn't bode well.
No.
Because
it's not great.
Yeah. Yelena kind
great company.
had some moments that have kind of been a little off.
Because the thing is, everything that she's done so far seems great. The vibes,
off.
Atrocious.
Off.
Not gonna lie.
Onya, big fan.
Onya seems great.
Yelena,
there's
weird.
something I just don't trust.
Not a big fan. So I think that's a good place to leave it. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below if you enjoyed this episode and are excited for episode 10. That is A Sound Argument. That is coming this Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can't wait and want to watch that episode along with a few episodes after it, check out the Patreon linked in the description below where these episodes are already posted. All right, I think that's about it. Are we excited for season 4, episode 10 of Attack on Titan?
Can't wait.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.